Welcome to Spiritual Success, the podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Stant. As a dedicated student of metaphysics, I have skillfully honed my intuition, mastered the art of meditation, and cultivated a disciplined spiritual practice that has led me to become a multi-seven-figure top sales producer. Today, I work with thousands of business professionals, entrepreneurs, and their teams to up-level their sales game and create magic in their business and life. On this show, you will see that all success truly happens when you authentically align with your intuition. So come, be vulnerable, be open-minded, and allow success to pour through you here on Spiritual Success. Hi, successful souls. Okay, so today's episode is going to be for somebody who's definitely a mature listener, okay? This one's not necessarily easy to consider, but it's important to really comprehend. And first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to one of our sorority sisters in the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group, Konnect KT. Konnect KT, she has a podcast also. You definitely want to check that out. But I want to make sure that I say, one, thank you for being part of our group. And also for your time the other day. It was so nice connecting with you on the Zoom session, really getting to know each other. And I think we had some really good conversations. And we brought up some ideas that we thought could really, inspire some other people. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you a big shout out. Again, Konnect KT, thank you for being part of the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group. You have an amazing vibration. I love having you. And this one today is for you. Okay, so we need to remember, and it's not easy, but truly, we are not victims. And it's very easy to point fingers, and sometimes it sounds twisted and wrong and hard to bite through. And that's a whole different subject. I promise we'll have a whole podcast episode about victim mentality and how to overcome it. But it's important to remember that we are in control of our mindset, right? And our mind is what creates our reality. We can choose to look at something good or something bad. We can make it an obstacle, we can make it an opportunity, and nobody has power over our mind except for us. So I wanted to talk about what it's like when you have family, when you have friends, when you have people in your life who are not necessarily the most positive or uplifting or understanding, inspiring, or just, on the same wavelength, on the same page as you. Here's the thing. This is so, so important. And I believe I remember this from Deepak Chopra. He has a quote that says, everyone is doing their absolute best at the conscious level that they are at. Okay? Nobody here on earth is trying to purposely suck. Nobody is trying to be miserable. Nobody is trying to be, just be down in the dumps, or to be negative Nancy, or to be, that annoying, person that is not happy. But we have to remember that we need to make sure that we are in control of our own vibration, that we are staying and remaining high, and that we are choosing to not let people affect us. That's why grounding, shielding is so important. What I want you to remember as well is that whether it's your clients, they cannot give you a bad day. Whether it's your employees, they cannot give you a bad day. If it's your business partner, your husband, your spouse, whoever, they cannot affect you. It's only you. So one thing that comes up often when we want to point fingers and we want to blame people in particular, it often comes from people pointing fingers at their parents, right? At their family. And not any family is perfect, right? I'm sure my sister and I have gone back and forth quite a bit at some times. But the thing is, my eyes have opened up and changed so much. My perspective has changed so much since obviously having my two children. I have two awesome little boys, super proud mom, boy mom. They're awesome. They're best friends. But my goodness, they have taught me so much about myself. Because remember, everything on the outside of you is definitely a mirror, a reflection of what's happening internally. But after being a mother, I realized my language. When you are conscious of what you are saying to your children, you have to think twice. You have to think twice, because everything that you are saying to them affects them. It affects them. They are sponges and they are absorbing, and their subconscious is like literally just soaking it all up, and your subconscious will hold on to every little detail that you've ever witnessed. Even if you don't realize you witness it, if it's in your awareness, it will be stuck there forever. So be careful what you put out towards your children, okay? But that child has a choice, especially as they become an adult, that whether it is in their subconscious or not, to be selective. And I'm sure a lot of people have different opinions, but this is what I truly feel is my truth and what I wanted to be sharing today. A lot of times people feel like when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to success, when it comes to getting to the level of the potential that they want to be, that they have to learn, and they have to learn, and they have to get by this mentor and be with that mentor. And perhaps you do. I've invested, oh my goodness, in how many mentors and business coaches, right? But the thing is, what I am conscientious of doing is remembering that it's not about learning new concepts, but very often about unlearning as well. There needs to be an equal balance. And what I mean by unlearning is actually remembering your true potential, understanding who you are as a spirit. Again, you are a spirit that came here into human form, okay? You need to allow that to come through and surrender so that higher potential can come and emerge through you. So you can really get shit done here, okay? It's not about escaping, it's about being present here. But we need to understand that yes, we have been conditioned. Yes, we have been told no a million times as children. Why is that as parents? Why do we do that? You know, we've often say no. How many times you say no compared to how many times you say yes to your children? Or how many times have you been told no versus how many times you've been saying yes? It really is true. And it's not easy when you really think about it. But every time that you give one negative, it takes 10 positives to reflect that, to flip it. So we need to be conscientious that we're not yelling at our kids all the time. Even though we're frustrated at work and we had all these things happen within the company that day, we need to make sure that when we are home with them, that we are present with them. You will learn so much from your children. They are the best teachers because they just came from source. They're still fresh, right? But what's really important is to remember that although we love our parents and although we love, our mentors and things, clearly, in most cases, their intentions are to be kind to you, okay? But remember, we're all at different parts in our journey, of our spiritual journey, and our conscious levels are different. What you need to be responsible for is not pointing your finger at other people, but really looking deeply within yourself. Where am I at? How can I improve? How am I doing, okay? And remember, when you feel something that doesn't feel aligned with what your true beliefs are, that's okay. And if somebody else really wants you to believe that, just know it's probably out of love or it's out of fear. They either have some kind of memory where they were taught to be afraid of that, and by talking to you, they're probably trying to protect you. If you walk around every single day and literally just remind yourself that every single person is doing the absolute best that they can at the conscious level that they are at, then you'll never be upset at anyone. They're all trying to do the best, and we know you're trying to do your best. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and just realize all of this is a learning purpose. All of this is part of the journey. But what we need to do is really surrender. We need to let go. We need to have faith. We need to understand that there's so much magic in the silence, right? That's why I talk about it. I can't talk about it enough. I talk about it almost every single episode. Meditation, guys, meditation. Shut your mind off, shut your thoughts off, get out of tomorrow and away from yesterday and be here, be now. Where there isn't any negativity, there's literally just neutralness. There is just being, there's just presence. And in this presence is where you can see things for what they are, not be labeling them, okay? Drop the judgments, drop all the conditioning, and just be still and allow that higher self to come through. So what I want you to consider, the last time that someone in your family didn't understand you or didn't affect you, can you truly put yourself in their shoes? As a mature person, as a businesswoman, as a CEO, you need to, and especially, oh my goodness, especially as a sales professional, right? You need to make sure that you can relate to other people, that you can listen to what they're not saying, that you can connect with them emotionally, that you can be more than just yourself and see yourself in every single person. So if you can really go back to that moment, do you see how that person was trying to protect you? Do you see how that person was fearful and not feeling good about themselves? Do you see how that person truly was doing the best that they possibly could at where they were at? It's not easy, and that's why I said it takes a mature person to listen to this episode. But once you can realize that, you're not only going to have better relationships in your life, but you're going to have a better relationship with yourself. We're all one, guys. We're all one. And as soon as you are okay with accepting that not everybody's perfect, you're going to be a lot happier. You don't have to please everyone. You don't have to listen to what everybody has to say. You have to feel what feels right for you. Feeling is your guide. So I thought this was really cool that Katie and I were talking about that, but I feel like a lot of people, you know, and I know them, even as grown women, are nervous that their parents might see this, or, you know, they're concerned about what their husband thinks. And I'm not here to judge, promise you that. But what I am here to do is, if you're not happy about it, is to encourage you, to shake you with love, right? Because that's what I'm known for, is check yourself. Check yourself. What is holding you back? Why are you labeling things the way they are? What is it that is really, you know, the motive behind it? And at the same time, how can we fix it? How can we fix it? How can we make it better? I want you to get in practice of meditating, guys. I'm not going to do a big spiel on it. I'm sure you know about it already, but just in case, come into the Spiritual Success Sorority. You ask, you believe, you shall receive. August 17th is the Mastering Meditation workshop for success. Super, super, super pumped about that. But guys, I'm going to show you the real deal kind of meditation. No, it's not like guided foo-foo, woo-woo meditation. No, it's not going to be like lighthearted and rainbows and butterflies. It's like the real deal. Silent your thoughts. The art of doing absolutely nothing. A disciplined practice that actually helps you to open up, to surrender, and allow those higher thoughts, powers, and yourself and potential come through. It's honestly what I owe my success to. As a multi-seven-figure sales producer, as the CEO of my company, you know, and working with thousands of entrepreneurs every single day, it's amazing. Several, you know, in seven figures. I've gotten to where I am so fast because it's not about hustling. Yes, you're gonna work, okay? But the work is enjoyable when you're in the right place, and it's about aligning, okay? So in order to see people clearly, you have to take down those blinders. You have to expand your awareness. For you to understand your conscious level and where you're at, you have to be open to it. All of this comes through meditation, okay? But please remember a few things from today's episode. One, you're definitely not a victim, okay? You choose how you want to think, and nobody else is in your head except for you. Two, if you have children, start paying attention to what you're saying. How often are you telling them no? How often are you raising your voice? Would you ever speak to anybody else like that? Why would you do it to your children, right? And it's okay. Don't get mad at yourself. I honestly cried when I sat back and thought about it one day about how I would talk to my kids, just because I'd be frustrated after work and they're like fighting and like, who else fights like that? And like, I don't raise my voice like that to anybody. Why would I do it to my children who I love most, right? So be aware of what you are doing and saying to your children, because it will affect them. Okay. The other thing is, just know that if you were that child at once and that affected you, it's okay. You can cut that. You can let that go. You can release that. It does not define you. You define you, and only you define you. And if you need help and guidance, absolutely. That's why I want you to come into the Spiritual Success Sorority. I want you to continue listening here. I'm here to help you and raise you up and just give you so much love. But again, the other thing is just remember, we do carry around weight. And if you're not cleansing yourself, I know you brush your teeth every day. I know you comb your hair every day and wash your face. Like, you need to be clearing your energy. And if you don't know how, we'll be talking about that at the workshop. But at the same time, I want you to know that if you are carrying around this other weight, that you can release it. And that everybody that you see in your reality is a reflection of what you are thinking and saying about yourself subconsciously or consciously. And everybody, whether you like what they're saying or not, if you can put yourself in their shoes, you can probably see where they're coming at. And even if it's really hard to relate, just always remember that everybody's doing the best that they can at the conscious level that they are at. And in order to get to our true state, we need to learn to shut off our thoughts and sometimes erase these things that people have said to us. Every time we've been told no, every time we've been told that we're not good enough, every time we've been told that we're not pretty enough, every time that we're told that we won't be successful enough, every time that we are told that we need to compare ourselves to somebody else, every time that we're told that we have to wear 6-inch heels in order to be beautiful, whatever it is, right? I want you to understand that you can release that. And it's not about learning how to be better. It's about sometimes unlearning all this crap that the media has taught you, that your friends and family has taught you. And you need to just connect with your true or higher self. That person, that I won't even say feminine power, because we are masculine and feminine. We are part of the all, okay? And that's another big story. But that higher being within you, that knows who you are. Okay? And that's what you need to remember. So I'm excited to talk a lot about more of this in the workshop. Again, I'd love to invite you. We're going to start August 17th in the Spiritual Success Sorority. And honestly, guys, I've been having so much fun having this podcast. The feedback has been spectacular. And again, I've just been connecting with so many of you listeners on just Zoom chats and things like that, just to get to know you. But again, the reason I want to do that is because I don't want to talk about things that I think you guys want to hear. I want to talk about what I know you want to hear. So I appreciate your feedback. And again, Katie Konnect, I want to say thank you, or Konnect KT, excuse me. Thank you for today's episode's ideas. One thing that just came to me too, and again, I like to script these. I just always flow every time. I literally don't have any notes or anything. I'd probably be a little bit better if it was, but that's not my personality. So the thing is, I know sometimes that we have callings that are really big, that other people, especially our families or our friends, can't really relate to or understand. And you can't ever make that your excuse. I can't say it enough. I say it all the time. Remember, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that very often may mean pissing off people. That may mean making people talk shit about you. That may be the topic of the family gossip at the table, right? Guys, I got up and moved to Florida, okay? I got pregnant and then I decided to get married. I went vegan for a while. I don't know why, but being vegan was a big deal for people. They really cared about what I put in my mouth. There's a lot of things that will happen, and that's okay. But as long as you feel good about you, other people are going to just respect that. They're going to feel that. They're going to know that. But when you are becoming low self-esteem or conscious or self-conscious because of it, you let them win. You let them win. And I know that's not hard to do, but the thing is, it's a muscle. It's a muscle. And it's okay if you aren't super strong yet, but you have to keep working at it or it will eat you up. So just know, in order to get stronger, you need a support system. And again, that's why I started the group. I hope to see you in there. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for listening today. Hope this helps somebody out there. If it did, let me know. If you have some input on this, we'd love to hear about it. You can always, contact us. If you want to contact me, email, or if you have any ideas, you definitely can. That'll actually be at info@cynthiastant.com. Write in. We want to hear from you listeners. I think it'd be super fun. But I have to go pick up my kiddos. I think Megan's watching this all of a sudden because this is being recorded. Hi, Megan. So I'm going to leave it as I always do and always will. Say it with me now. Successful souls ready? Acknowledge it. Embrace it. See it through. Bye, guys. Hey, successful soul. Before you head to the next episode of Spiritual Success, be sure to come join me and other like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals in my Facebook group called Spiritual Success Sorority. Everyone is welcome. And if you're loving the show, you're going to love the group even more. There, I'll be engaging with you weekly in live shows, listening to your input for new weekly topics, and hosting exclusive workshops for members only. So if you're looking to really up-level your financial and personal success, meet me on over in the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group. See you on the inside.